What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Greedo's Goldmine Kitchen, your most bipolar kitchen in all the interwebs. And tonight, we're going to do something a little more exotic, but I had a taste for this. Something I've made once in my life before. We'll see if it comes out the same way a second time. What is it? Well, with these 5 ingredients, we're going to make something called South African yellow rice. It's a sweet rice dish that pairs really well with peri peri seafood. So tonight we're not going to do this peri peri seafood just to keep it a little shorter, but we will do the South African yellow rice together. And basically to do this, you're going to need a cup of basmati rice, half a tablespoon of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of raisins, a couple sticks of cinnamon, a teaspoon of turmeric, and then we're going to basically cook it in 2 cups of water just to keep the sweetness, not chicken broth this time. So first things first, I gotta wash the rice out and remove the excess starch. So let's get to it. So first things first, we've washed our rice out 5 times and now we get it heated with a little bit of olive oil just to make sure we can start the process by browning it before we add in the full range of spices and our other 2 cups of water to simmer the rice itself for the cooking process. Now that our rice is pre-cooked, we can add in first to our pot 2 cups of water to completely cover the rice and simmer it. And now we're going to add in our spices one by one. First things first, we put in the teaspoon of turmeric for yellowing. Next, a half a tablespoon of brown sugar to keep it sweet. Then your 2 tablespoons of raisins. And finally, our cinnamon sticks. Once all of it's in there, now that it's simmering, we give everything a good stir to make sure it blends in well and that all of that rice takes on the color of the turmeric and all of the sweetness of the flavors that we've blended in there. At this point, we're gonna let it simmer with the lid closed for about 20 minutes until the rice is fully cooked through and the water's evaporated off. And halfway through, we'll add a little more water in just for good measure, a cup of water to cook it fully through. Let's let it cook some and let's see what it looks like once it's done. As the rice cooks, make sure to stir every so often just to make sure that the rice itself doesn't get sticky to the pot or the pan that you're using and that you get it cooked evenly through. In between stirs, make sure to put the cap back on it so that it steams the rice evenly. As the water cooks down, you get a strong aroma of the brown sugar, cinnamon, and raisins and the sweetness of the rice. It smells absolutely delicious and makes you really hungry as you wait for this one to finish up. And now that the water's evaporated off and this rice is fully cooked and soft, it's time to try it out. That's what it should look like at the end, more or less. It's still steaming because of the amount of heat, obviously, but nice yellow rice with your raisins spotted throughout, the cinnamon flavor smelling from those sticks, and the sweetness of the brown sugar in the taste. It's going to be something really special to try this one again. It's only the second time I've ever made it, but it looks pretty much the same way it did the first time. So here's to hoping, right? No, but really, this one does smell delicious in the kitchen. It's interesting when you go the sweet route with rice as opposed to the spicy or salty route, which is often more the choice. So bon appetit, I guess. So our African yellow rice, how did it come out? Well, still steaming, but this is pretty much how it looks from the pot itself. So it's got a nice aroma, as I said, of the cinnamon coming off of it. We have the little raisins speckled throughout and brown sugar, turmeric to make it nice and yellow. And we should expect some sort of a sweet treat out of this one. So let's see. Everything's really well balanced. I'm enjoying this recipe already. This would go really good with a spicy seafood, like a peri peri. I didn't make that tonight, but I think that might be up on the menu soon, is to show you how to make a seafood dish that would pair with this. But it's nice, sweet. It's really well textured. Definitely cinnamony. Kind of gives you that rice pudding feel without actually eating a pudding. It's just the rice itself. So I'm happy with how this came out. So hopefully if you decide to make something along these lines, it comes out as good for you as it did for myself. But until the next one, I'm going to get to eating this rice. And hope you're having a good one wherever you are. And on the we'll catch you on the next one. See, it's so good I'm even slipping over my words.